in the 505, moved to the 90 way. Mom and pop, so was cat food on the plate. Government aid meant the government cheese. We on government land, we still ain't
what
free.
Up, y'all? It's KMB the Sexy Ninja and the place to be for a Paper Saber universe. And guess what? It's not the New World Podcast. If you hear the sounds of wheels, I am on the ROAD headed to Harkins Theaters. I am going to finally see Captain America, Brave New World, Sam Wilson. This is one of my favorite Captain Americas in comic books. His whole arc of when he took over the shield and everything he had to deal with as being, a black Captain America, and how nobody was really taking to him and this and that. And he was, and that was the thing about it. Like, especially in the show, the Winter Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Like, there's a moment where it's like, that's Black Captain America. Then it just ends up, that's Captain America. And I love that moment in that show, just because it just shows that Sam Wilson is being taken in as Captain America. And Anthony Mackie, he's so great as the Falcon, and I'm so glad that he got this opportunity to headline his own movie, and coming all the way from 8 Mile to now, it's really cool to see. And what threw me off is he was in this interview and he's talking, he's like, I've been Sam 9 times. And I was like, 9 times? I was looking at the movies, I was like, 1, 2, no, that's 7. Wait, where's the other ones? That was including Captain America, Brave New World. But then I was like, oh yes, what if? I haven't even watched. I barely got through season. I'm not even in. I think I'm 2 episodes in season 2. Season 3 just has no interest in there's no interest in it at all. I've just heard terrible things. Everyone's like, oh, this, but I could watch it. And that's the thing about this movie right here, Captain America: Brave New World. It's one of those movies that reviewers are like, oh, this is terrible, it's awful, well, blah, blah, blah. But then I'm looking at the common folk, with the people that are going to movies to get away from all the BS in this world. That's what I usually call my bubble. I'm going to see a movie for entertainment. And everybody in the common ground is like, no, Captain America, Brave New World is awesome. And I'm just like, okay, well, I'm going to probably go with the majority here who are saying this movie is awesome. And I have to form my own opinion, but that's why I love doing these little podcasts right here, where I can talk for a second and then I can go watch the movie. Then you'll get my reaction as I'm out of the theater and everything like that. So, I miss doing that, and I miss doing the Sexy Ninja Cast because there's other things in life that I like to talk about, and I'm glad I get to start this new year off with the Sexy Ninja Cast talking about Captain America: Brave New World. But yeah, and what sucks too is I had to rush all the way across town. I miss when the movie theater was right up the hill. It was nicer and much more convenient. It was much near my house, so it took me a 5-minute drive. Now it takes about 15, 20 minutes depending on traffic. And good old Flagstaff. We had a nice little winter storm here, and now it's gone, and now it's sunny. Then I heard there's another storm coming in. I'm just like, come on, Flagstaff, pick a lane. Pick a lane. But for the most part, I'm just excited. It's that time again, movie season. We got the Thunderbolts coming up. We got Fantastic Four, and that trailer was awesome. I was pinching myself because I've been waiting for a good Fantastic Four movie. Don't get me wrong, the two with Jessica Alba, I really do enjoy. Rise of the Silver Surfer, I enjoy out of those two. It was just, and I didn't hate the concept of the big old giant cloud as Galactus. It still had the outline in it and everything like that. I was like, well, in that time frame, it's kind of reasonable, you know what I mean? But now that we're in the age of what we're in with these movies and everything like that, it's like, well, you can have a big freaking, dude, celestial, whatever being. And when I saw the helmet and everything like that, I was like, oh my gosh, if I could go back in time and tell my fat, nerdy kid self, one day you will have your day in the sun, you will live, and you will understand what, because everyone's like, I'm burnt out of superhero movies. Rightfully so, everyone can be. They've been coming at us left and right, they went from 2, 3, 4, 5 movies a year. But I'm living the time of my life of having these movies. We got Superman on the way, but if I had to really choose which movie I'm really excited about, it is that Superman movie. I am a DC guy, but with this Captain America movie, my level started going up real quick just because I love Sam Wilson as a character and I love Sam Wilson as Captain America. You got to pick up that run. He does give the shield back at some certain point, and he just goes on to be the Falcon. But we get a new Falcon in the storyline as well, and I've heard that their chemistry on set is great. And I heard this movie's a little bit more in tone of being serious, like Winter Soldier. I saw one reviewer was like, "Oh, it's like Dark Knight and the Winter Soldier, and it was just okay." I'm like, how are you picking two top tier movies and saying it's just okay? And I love when I hear reviews, "Oh, the rewrites, I saw that." I'm like, you don't go make a movie. Shut up. Go make a movie yourself and see how easy it is. I know I'm doing this exact same thing. I'm reviewing it. I'm giving you my point of view, but I'm not going to go tear something down and sound like I actually know how to make the damn thing. I don't know how to make the sausage. I know how the sausage is made in certain aspects. Have I ever tried? I've made a short film. I've done that, but never on the level of having a crew you're in charge of or anything like that, and writing a story out and laying out a story, and there's a lot that goes into it, man. And I'm a fan of just movie making in general. I love to read about it. I love watching when a team can come together and they can make something out of it, because it takes a team to make these movies. And to the editing, to the sound, it's not just the actors in the room, it's a whole team, like the lighting and stuff like that. And it's just funny when I hear, "Oh, that CGI was terrible." Well, you go make a movie with something with CGI. See how good you do. And I get it. We're paying a lot of money to go see these movies. Sure. I get it. The price of popcorn, price of soda, everything's going to add up. But it's that escapism that I feel like is just needed. I love going to the movies. And the last movie I went to was Craven. It wasn't bad. It wasn't the greatest thing I've ever seen, but it was entertaining. And for the most part, the chameleon thing I thought was a little silly. But the only problem with that movie that I had was the first half. Was because I went to my buddy. I was like, "What's the point of this movie? There's no, are we getting to it yet? What's Craven's motive here? He's just a hunter." They had a badass opening scene and kind of just dragged a little, but Aaron Taylor Johnson as Craven the Hunter was freaking awesome. I was just like, man, I know he's never gonna get to play this role again, but if I could call Disney and be like, "Hey, you need to put him in the MCU movies. You need to stop doing the split between all this stuff, man. You need to get these movies going." Like Venom, The Last Dance. I really enjoyed that film. I still think Let There Be Carnage is my favorite of the three. They're so silly. I remember the first time I saw the first Venom, I'm like, this movie's so strange. But then it grows on you. It's a weird buddy movie, and as he gets to the third one, you're like, Venom, no, because he sacrifices himself. And I got to enjoy those movies with my daughter. She really likes Venom, and she likes to do Venom, the Venom voice and everything like that. Me and her got to enjoy those movies together, and I was surprised. We don't watch anything and everything. She's not a big Star Wars fan. Her taste in things are very different. But once I get something something where she's like, "Hey, Dad, can we go watch Venom 3? I'm like, "What? I just saw the trailer and I want to see it." And I was like, "Yeah, you're goddamn right, we can." And and it was just wait, I take that back. Was it Craven? No, Sonic was the last movie. I saw Sonic 3 with her because she wanted to go see it. And that was just a dope experience because, I don't know anything about that world or universe. She does, though. And she was, schooling me. And she had there was a bunch of kids in there that had it was the pink hedgehog that showed up. I don't know names here. But it was dope just sitting there because I remember when these movies would happen in a cameo or something, you'd be like, oh my God, it was invigorating. You let your nerd flag hang high, watching a Star Wars film and everything like that. But I was sitting in this theater. It was like a mid-credit scene and Robot Sonic show up. And then everyone's like my daughter, as soon as she saw Rose, she's like, oh my God. And I was like, oh, that's cool. That's cool. That's the stuff I live for right here. Then all of a sudden, all the kids were like freaking out, and then that pink hedgehog showed up, and all the kids, even my kid, just like, I knew it. So you know damn well they're gonna make a Sonic 4, and I'm gonna be there with my daughter because I know she wants to see it so bad. But it's little moments like that I live for. I'm almost to the theater, passing by the mall, but yeah, I was just really happy about that. Me and her got a really great picture in front of the Sonic 3 stand. Tell me your stories, man. What is those enjoyable moments in your life, especially being a parent, you know? Or if you're just going with your little brother or little sister, or, you know, you're with your cousins or whatnot, do you like seeing them geek out? Because I do. I'm now in the driver's seat of just watching the world and being happy that we can all share this common ground of comic books and movies, because there was a time when we really didn't do that. You were kind of judged for liking comic books. You were a nerd. Now people let nerd flags hang high. This is why I'm so happy with just today, you know, like Agatha All Along, like that show's great. I'm getting all these Star Wars shows, Skeleton Crew, fantastic. I was blown away by Skeleton Crew. I didn't know how that was going to play out. Goonies in space, basically, but all the characters are very relatable. They have a nice little charm about them. So I recommend Skeleton Crew very, very much, as being a hardcore Star Wars fan as I am. The Acolyte, you know, it's good it has its moments. There is some weak sauce, but overall I enjoyed The Acolyte. Agatha All Along I enjoyed. Damn, I'm trying to think now. I haven't really reviewed anything in a while besides pro wrestling, because wrestling, even though I turned it down and I'm only doing like 3 shows a week, it's quite a bit still. And there's other things that are piquing my interest, but I'm so behind on television and things like that. Especially a show I was watching called Tulsa King with Sylvester Stallone. I've started the first 3 episodes of season 2, then bam. Because I had a whole goal set during my winter break, because I had like 4 weeks off from work, but it was all paid for vacation, because I work in a place where they go by seasons and whatnot. And it was really nice to have that time off. But man, I had a whole list of stuff I was going to watch. Did I watch any of it? 1 or 2 out of the 30. I bought all 3 seasons. No, all 3 seasons of Picard, because I haven't finished the final season. I bought 2 seasons of Strange New World before Strange New World season 3 came on. I got all the Star Wars stuff out of the way, because I was like, that's priority. I still haven't finished X-Men 97. That was on my list, and I think I'm only like 3 episodes away of actually finishing the show, and I'm like, come on, big head boy, get your head out of it. You gotta watch these shows. These things make you happy. And I'm so behind on my comic books too, but that I will get back into the swing of things, and you know, that's just life. Finding time and everything like that. All right, y'all, here I go. Captain America, Brave New World. I'm very excited. So you'll hear from me in a bit. All right? Talk to you soon.
You don't understand. I'm a black man carrying the stars and stripes. What don't I understand? Every time I pick this thing up, I know there are millions of people out there who are going to hate me for it. Even now, here, I feel it. The stares, the judgment. And there's nothing I can do to change it. Yet I'm still here. No super serum, no blonde hair or blue eyes. The only power I have is that I believe we can do better.
All right. I loved that fucking movie. I cried, teared up a few times. Not gonna lie, man. I think that was it was just awesome. It was great. It was fantastic. And in saying that is because I've said this before a bazillion times. The Sam Wilson Captain run is one of my favorite books. One of my favorite Captain America series. I have a bunch, but those books hit hard because you had Sam, who dealt with, like, will this country accept me? Will this country, you know, like, I'm a black man holding the shield, you know, and the predecessor before me blonde hair, blue eyes, that's America, the American way. But I think they handled it in this movie very, very well. That line where Ross tells him, "You ain't no Steve Rogers," it still hits, still stings, man. Like I said, this movie ticked all the boxes for me. I'm actually wearing my Sam Wilson Captain America shirt right now. Anthony Mackie was great, man. The new Falcon, I really like that actor. He really brought a lot to the role, and their dynamic, it was great. Spoilers. If you're gonna see this, turn this off now. Go watch the movie, then you can come back. But Bucky shows up in support of Sam because Falcon went down, and it was just such a great scene. And he tells him, "I should have taken the super soldier serum," and he assures him, like, "No, Steve didn't mess up. Steve chose you for a reason, because you're you. You're not going to stop fighting. You're going to just be you." And it was just a great moment, and I love just their chemistry. And it was funny is, like, I remember seeing someone's like, "Oh, Sam never takes anything too serious." I'm like, have you ever read Captain America? Like the Sam Wilson series? He has a sense of humor. He can't be like Steve Rogers, where he's like cold, stone face and sincere and all that. No, give a little swagger to Captain. And I think that's the problem people have with this movie. People they go watch this movie, they hear some great music come on, and that Kendrick, to top this movie off, to end it with the Kendrick Lamar song, mwah, chef's kiss for me. I was like, oh, this hit me in all the feels. The stuff they did with Thunderbolt Ross and him turning into the Red Hulk, and his daughter. Like, all these boxes were ticking, especially with Elijah, the forgotten Captain America. Like, his story throughout was he gets set up by the leader. And I remember people bitching about the leader, saying like, "Oh, well, the villain was very low, blah, blah." I was like, no, sometimes you just need a villain to just play in the shadows. And all the leader wanted was to expose Ross for who he was, and that fight at the end with Red Hulk. I was seeing people be like, "Oh, well, that's all you get for, the Red Hulk and blah, blah." I was like, no, I think everything was perfectly neat the way they did this movie. I'm glad that Red Hulk wasn't in the entire thing. I'm glad that it was in the third act. And there's a really great moment where after Sam takes out the Red Hulk, well, he thinks, because he in his wings he's got vibranium. Sorry, adamantium's the thing they're trying to fight for. Vibranium from Wakanda and everything like that into his wings, and yeah, big explosion, boom. He gets up and he sees Red Hulk getting up. He's like, "Oh shit!" And he's like, I should have. I need that super soldier serum. Bucky was full of shit. Yeah, and then the beats, man, and the action people were crying about. I don't know what movie were these guys watching? I don't understand what these reviewers are complaining about. Oh, this and that. No, there's a lot of heart in this movie. A lot of heart. And if you just enjoy Captain America, you're going to love this movie. And I like the fact that we went into a more serious tone with it. Like Winter Soldier, your jokes are sprinkled through in, and there's a really happy ending. And I love the ending of this movie with him and Falcon, because Falcon goes down. Celestial Island is something that the world is fighting over. The new element brought into this universe is the adamantium. We know where that's going to go. We still got the X-Men we need to introduce here. I'm very interested to see what the leader meant in the post-credit scene when he says, "You're going to meet the others. You think this is just this world you're protecting? There's other worlds in this." And then we got Fantastic Four first steps right around the corner, and they're going to tap into that, because I believe the Avengers Doomsday movie is next year. And what's funny is my buddy Doug, he's just like, "Hey, what phase were you in?" I was like, phase 6, phase 7, I have no idea, because this is how unstructured the MCU has become. Yeah, it's so unstructured to the point where I don't even know what phase we're in, but I'm here for the ride. Like, this got me, like, excited. This got me back into that Marvel love. Like, don't get me wrong, I love everything that's come before. I've enjoyed it, but there's things I could pick apart. This movie, I need to let settle. I need to go see this movie again, to be really honest. Like, it's just a great popcorn flick, and it's just a great superhero movie, man. And it has a great message in it, and the stuff with Elijah is what really got me, you know, because he didn't want to go in the back in the box, and the leader set him up. We got all these other characters we're introducing in Sam's realm and world and stuff like that. They're going to play out really well. You know, go pick up a comic book, folks. I think they just dropped the saga of Sam Wilson. I bought that because I wanted to reread it before I went and saw the movie. And I'm going to go see this movie again. My wife didn't want to go because she was like, oh, well, you know, well, tell me how it is. I was like, I will tell you how it is. And, you know, I'm going to tell you, you're going to go watch it with me. We're going to go see this movie again. And I'm very sad that my theater did not have anything cool like popcorn buckets or collectible cups, because I was like, all right, I'm banking on getting a Captain America cup, because I didn't bring my refill cup with me, because I was like, you know what? Sure, they're going to have something cool, right? Harkins Theaters is going to have something cool for me. Nope. No, they didn't. Unless they did, and I missed out on it. But I think this movie needs to make all the money in the world. I think Anthony Mackie deserves some praise for carrying this role and the evolution of Sam Wilson himself, all the way from the Winter Soldier, on your left, you know, and this new dynamic with the new Falcon. And I like what he said. He tells him, like, hey, you know, when I saw you guys fighting and then these heroes online and stuff like that. And Sam makes a joke, is don't say Ant-Man. He goes, no, I wanted to be you, because you never stopped fighting. You know, you ascended to this role, and this is why Steve chose you, because you embody everything that Steve embodies, like, you know, with a different skin color, and that says a lot to people of color. Like, I am Native American, and I think that's why a lot of this movie spoke to me, because Captain America is much more than America, you know. And I know Anthony Mackie got a lot of crap for saying that, but Chris Evans said the same thing. Captain America is being better, being a better person, doing better, you know, making sure to fight for the little guy. Like, that's what that shield represents. And yes, it all started with him punching a Nazi, the very first Captain America book. But the point was that was like the oppression of the Jews, you know. They needed somebody to fight for them. They needed somebody to take out Hitler. So this stems all the way back, and like I said, I'm just such a big nerd with comic books and stuff like that. And I think this is why this movie resonates with me so much, because they just keep ticking on those beats, that especially you know, and everyone has a purpose in the story. Even I feel like the leader does, because the leader wanted to be you know, free. That's what Ross was giving him, but no. So the leader made a plan to destroy Ross's name, turning him into the Red Hulk, feeding him gamma pills, and those beats go throughout the movie. And I'm so happy. I'm very happy with that final battle, just in general. That was just awesome. And Sam's still getting up. Sam's still fighting, and the action was great. I just can't say any more about this movie. I really did enjoy it. This is a Captain America movie that I'm going to cherish, and I can't wait till it comes on physical media, because I am going to own it. We got the Thunderbolts. That got me excited, because there's another character in there that I really, really love, you know, the Sentry. So I'm really excited to see how they're going to handle him. And the Fantastic Four. Love the Fantastic Four, you know, and Pedro Pascal as Mr. Fantastic. I'm still like, okay, let's see what you got, you know. But the cast just seems like they're vibing on all waves and sound. So I'm back in the Marvel spirit. It's been a while since I was like, all right, let's get to the next one. Let's see what's gonna happen, you know. And it's just because like everything just kind of was like, I think the movie that really just did not sit well with me, and still doesn't sit well with me, is Quantumania. You know, that movie just sucks. And we were trying to introduce Kang the Conqueror, and I was like, all right, I'm interested to see what they do with Kang. And then it's like, no, we're not going to do that. No, we're going to pivot this way. No, we're going to do this. We're going to do that, you know. So I'm excited to see where we're going in this with Captain and him rebuilding the Avengers. That was when Ross asked him, I was like, oh, interesting. But then, of course, Ross is like, hey, your buddy tried to kill me, so I'm taking that off the table. You know, so a lot of stuff in this movie that is just great. And the ending itself was just a really nice cherry on the top, especially with that Kendrick Lamar song playing. You know, and Anthony Mackie is Captain America. You know, Sam is the Shield. So get out there, folks. Go check out the movie. Let's make this movie lots of money so Anthony Mackie can keep playing as Captain America, because I want to see him progress. And oh man, if we get that evil Hydra version of Steve, like I've heard Chris Evans is told to come back, that's going to be an awesome interaction between those two. So Captain America, Brave New World, I honestly give it a solid 5 out of 5. I really did get emotional, especially with the Elijah stuff, especially with that scene between Bucky and Sam. You know, Sam telling him, like, you're you. That's why you were chosen. You don't need no super soldier serum. And the stuff with Ross and his daughter, you know, they fought in the cherry blossom field or whatever. But that scene where he's like, hey, man, think about your daughter. And the whole point was Ross saying, I've changed. I'm not this person anymore. And just that nice little, like, Liv Tyler coming back. And I love the fact that we kind of just wrapped up Incredible Hulk. I know it took a long time. The Incredible Hulk is one of my favorite movies out of the first phase. Well, all those movies are my favorite movies, but it was one of those movies I was really surprised that I really enjoyed, and I really enjoyed Edward Norton's performance. I loved Liv Tyler's Betty, you know, and the leader, they teased it at the end where the Gamma's falling on him. He's like, you know, after Abomination went crazy and everything like that. So I highly recommend Captain America, Brave New World, especially if you're a hardcore comic book guy and you love the Sam Wilson Captain America run. This is that movie, and this has those emotions. And if you like understand the history of all these characters and you understand the depths of them, especially Elijah and everything like that, like, you're going to get what you want out of this movie. And it's just awesome. Pure awesomeness, man. So go check it out. Tell me what you think. Drop your comments below. Hit that like and subscribe. Share it with your grandma. Share it with your grandpa. Share it with the bum down at Walmart. This is the Sexy Ninjacast. It's good saying that in 2025. There's going to be more of these, I promise. But the New World podcast is going to keep running strong. Running strong, brother. All right. Captain America, 5 out of 5 from this fat guy. Or nerd. Whatever you want to call me. But remember, stay sexy, ninjas. Woo woo!
The Rez kid popping off at the lid. I'm just a Rez kid popping off at the lid. About to do it big.